XRP price is still pushing higher. Look at that momentum. Now, look at Bitcoin on a 3-day. It just came back to its all-time high region. But what we should be looking at is the momentum of such move. Is there a story? Have you seen this before? That is what you should be thinking about. We've seen something similar before, where one candle to the downside needs way more candles to the upside, and then it goes back to the trend line. So our trend line here looks somewhat like this in Bitcoin. So if Bitcoin is about to do that, what will the alt market do? Especially look at the momentum in XRP and look at the price action of XRP. I think this is what you have to follow if you own the asset. When you're in the alt market, you still see this as a possibility that the long-term trend line is guiding you to the upside. But then Ether, a large cap altcoin, is showing you this. Are they about to move back to US like a lot of other projects are thinking about right now? If not, what will they lose? That is the biggest question. Now they do not have access to that friendly SEC. What next? That is one of the primary reasons why you're watching the payment assets taking off. Let it be XRP, let it be XLM, let it be XCC, all of them starting to round back up. And that move from a long-term trend line kind of gives you the macro direction, which region it is about to move. Welcome to the Scientific Investor family, where the normal retail guys get to learn how to become the next top 10% of this world. While we go through all this market, the noise, the nonsense of whales, we kind of get a taste of how things are evolving. And especially when you jump back into XRP chart, the momentum on a weekly is still there. The momentum on the weekly guides you. Now, keeping your eyes close to the momentum side of the equation, you can kind of easily look at different things. One, the weekly momentum. Two, the 3-day and then the daily momentum. Why is that important? Because you can kind of easily notice something on the Heikin-Ashi chart. You go up, you slow down a bit, and then you continue. You slow down a bit and you continue. Right? So on a daily, you kind of get to see where we are. We went up, we're slowing a little bit down, and then most likely the next leg up. So you go on a 3-day chart and it's still green. The momentum is to the upside. Price is above the moving average, which means moving average is about to move further higher because the price is averaging it to the upside. Now go look at the monthly. It is going parabolically. Remember what we talked about in here at the bottom range? Now that is happening. While we are in the market, we also look at the general market because that kind of gives you a base idea. This was your accumulation range. You broke higher, you completed the wave 1. Now we're going up for the wave 2. Now, inside the wave 2, you have now completed the wave 1. That's the microwave 1 of macro wave 2. So you do have something like this coming. Now, what does that mean for the macro cycle? Let's put this into the black so that the microwave structure would look like that, because the last microwave structure, it did look somewhat like that. Now, the microwave structure, for that matter, is going to look somewhat different. So if we do look at this, you will get the clarity. The 1, the 2, the 3. 3 is kind of small. Yeah. You go back in the time and you kind of get to see this. Back in time, you got the 1, the 2, the 3, which was the macro third leg, which was not that big. Yeah, honestly, you go look at the wave 1, the 1, 2, 3, that was okay. The wave 2, the 1, 2, 3, that was okay. So if you do put macro waves inside that, you are now kind of simulating almost similar move. But that means altcoin market can still reach $3 to $4 trillion. General crypto market at that time, if the Bitcoin dominance is dropping, is still somewhere around 5, 6, $7 trillion. That's not a bad move. Yes, it's not close to that $8 to $10 trillion, which I was imagining at the bottom here, because the historical run up was bigger before, and now it's not getting that momentum to push through this. Yeah, we had long wicks before. We've seen long wicks before, but I don't think we will see that in this cycle. Now, you go into the price action side. Monthly, extremely bullish. Weekly, extremely bullish. Starting to print negative divergence. Now, digest this well. When you see weekly starting to build negative divergence, it's kind of looking somewhat something like this. At this point, the RSI is here compared to the previous two tops and RSI levels at that time. Then you get to see one or two big pops. Now, we didn't actually get that yet, and we already started developing the negative divergence. You don't have a candle close confirming that on a weekly, yeah, on a 3-day. You don't. But you do get to see this each and every time when you do make such a divergence. The price action gives you the hint that it will give you a pop. How big is that going to be? How high is that going to be? All of that should be tied up to your profit taking strategy, and that should combine the macro market move as well. When you do see a negative divergence in the general market, it's risky. You'll have to look through other assets. Say you are focused more on the total side of the DeFi. And if you look at total DeFi market cap, this is almost exactly what we talked before. You have one high, you broke, you retested. Now you have another high, you broke that, you're retesting that. Any bounce from here is a lift off. Yeah, it's about to continue further to the upside. Now on the DeFi side, the trouble is you already have a micro leg, the 1, the 2, the 3. How high is the third leg going to be? You put in the RSI, and on a monthly, you can kind of get a taste of it. Meaning you're putting in new highs on the monthly, but not on the RSI. The monthly RSI is starting to develop a negative divergence. So you actually head on to the weekly. Weekly is like, yeah, the price is up, but the RSI is not. Now, you have a negative divergence here. Now you can make it here too. Yeah, the local divergence. We have seen this multiple times over and over again. Yeah, the first primary divergence comes in like this, and no, that's not the right illustration. If you plot it, it will be like this. And then the next one comes in here. You see this? You get a double top and the RSI drops. So these two will be the key region to look for. Now, does that mean everything is about to drop? No, I really don't think so. You will get the local bounce. Now, how high is it going to be is the primary question, which kind of takes you to the equation saying not all altcoins will run up. So you need to look at altcoins which are way below the 2020 market cycle. There are few which are still here in the market cycle. You need to think about it. If it's still close to this and it didn't put a new high, there is a lot of risk in it. So you pick up XLM or XRP, you get to see the lows way here. You pumped way far from that. Now you can pick up smart contract assets. You know, they were showing negative divergence at one point, and now we are still looking at it. 2020 was here and they went up. 2022, 23 accumulation was here, they still went up. Now, what's the trouble? When you're on a weekly, you abide by that rule. It still has a negative divergence and it has not yet invalidated that. To invalidate such a move, you need to break through this leg. As of now, you didn't do that. You have the first resistance active, you have the second resistance active, and I'm like, whales are trying to pull something out. I don't know what it is, but they are honestly trying to pull something out. And that's why if you see negative divergence in some assets, be cautious. Some of them can be really choppy. Even if they go back to the trend line, say Cardano is about to drop, but it's still trending higher. That means it can still drop at 20%. It's still a decent drop to the downside. If that means the smart contracts ecosystem is about to drop, then this would be a most likely move in Ether. Now, is that the death of Ether? I don't really think so, because when you do pull last couple of years in front of you, you kind of get to see a trend line like this. I mean, that kind of shows you the perspective. Last couple of years, you rode this trend line, and from here, you may actually bounce back up, which is good. Meaning you're literally creating something like this, yeah? You're printing something like this, which is a macro bullish structure, where your measured move will be a decent move. So Ether can still look up to $7,000-8,000 if it follows this pattern. But is the smart contract segments in this cycle going to be something like the gaming in 2021? That's something you have to ask. They didn't run up while others were running up. Then they got heated up. They moved higher while others were slow. Maybe that's a huge possibility, and you can rotate your profits from payments into smart contracts. Maybe that's a big possibility for you. But right now, that's still a speculation. You need to look at the market and its resistance to see where big guys are starting to sell. If it is here, it's kind of repeating the same cycle, the price action, the pattern. You should be aware of those. And now, when you're a part of the SI family, the scientific investor family in here, you already know all of these details with a lot of these different assets, the updates. You get to see what's happening in the market, whether it's in the infrastructure, whether it's in the gaming, whether it's in the payments. You have all those there to make the right decision. I had people with, 50-60% Doge in their portfolio looking to sell Doge at 0.3. Now I was like, if it's me, I wouldn't do that. Why? You go look at the return rates. Since then, it's already up 200% for this quarter. I was down locally, which for me was what? A buy the dip opportunity here in the lows. And it did work out. It is now up like 40% for the month, 26% for the week. So it is heating up. So we talked about all those assets in here. And in 2 to 3 months, you will have a basic understanding. But if you want to join the party, ride this wave, be a part of this. If you received value, smash that like button. I'll meet you guys in the next video. Bye for now.